Mr. Chairman, I'd like to first thank my committee colleague, Senator Blackburn, Blumenthal, and Bowden for co-sponsoring my bill 3606, which streamlines the information a service member or veteran must include when transferring a GI Bill benefits to a dependent. This simple fix will reduce any unnecessary confusion and prevent situations where a service member or veteran passes away and the dependent is then unable to complete the benefit transfer for their educational opportunity. It should never be the case that a veteran or a family member is unable to access a VA benefit for which they are entitled due to a clerical error. Second, I'd like to bring up S3994 bill to reinstate defrauded funds to a veteran's estate if the veteran passes away before the VA has concluded its investigation. I thank my colleague, Senator Manchin, for introducing this bill with me. This bill, along with 3606, while affecting a small minority of veterans, will create a lasting permanent impact on veterans and their families, and I'm grateful to my colleagues for supporting this effort, and I also thank you for supporting it as well. So just a couple of questions here. Ms. Murphy, in case of a veteran who has been defrauded of compensation by a fiduciary representative, is there more that can be done to screen or conduct a periodic assessment on the named fiduciary representatives to prevent any issues of fraud? Anything else?
Senator, I don't have anything in mind right now, but our teams would be happy to work with your staff.
How often does the VA conclude a fiduciary in mishandling a veteran's financial compensation?
I don't have those numbers with me today, but we can take that back.
Can you? Can't guess at it? Okay.
I would be out of my league to do so.
Okay,
sorry.
Thank you. In your testimony, the VA requests tweaks to the language of S3994 to rather than preclude a fiduciary who has misused benefits from receiving payment of reissued funds, instead have the funds offset by the amount misissued. The VA also requests changes to the language to allow an executor to receive and hold funds until the inheritor has been identified. Can you please talk a little bit more in depth about these concerns?
Certainly, Senator. I think as far as the misuse, we recognize the need to not encourage this behavior or reward it in any way, but also to recognize the precedential estate standards that exist. So if somebody is inheriting money from somebody, that's important, but also important to make sure that the misuse is taken care of. So offsetting, making sure that we recoup that money rather than say you're not getting anything at all. So I just think reconciling that language.
You know, does the VA need statutory authority to do what this bill requires, or can it be done, through policy?
I think there's some room to do it within existing authority, but I think it would be best handled for additional technical assistance to make sure we don't miss anything.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Next up